Hello cactus and succulent growers, I'm Lynn. Welcome to Desert Plants of Avalon in the north of Ireland, and in today's video I'm going to be doing an emergency saving on my two Mammillaria elongata cactus plants that I just discovered are starting to rot. Now, I was in the polytunnel. I like to come in every morning and just check on all the plants to see how they're all doing and check for pests and any signs of any new buds and things like that. And I noticed with these two elongatas here, I've got three different types, and both the Copper King one here and this other Mammillaria elongata, the golden one, is not looking too good. I noticed that the stems were starting to look a very bit shriveled on both of these, and a closer inspection, when I sort of touch the top, as you can see there, rot. And even with this one as well, I noticed some of the segments look like they have dried up. Now this one, thank goodness, his other elongata is okay. Now, in my experience with this Mammillaria elongata, it is extremely rot prone. In fact, I made a video not that long ago when I had to also take cuttings from my other Mammillaria, Copper King, because it was rotting, and I managed to save the cuttings, and I did a video when I potted the cuttings up. And thankfully the cuttings are rooting really well in the grow room, and they're going to be coming out here for the spring and summer very soon. However, looks like these two are rotting now as well, and I have no idea why, because I have not watered these yet. I keep them dry over the winter, and although it's spring now, I'm going to be starting at watering all of the cacti in here for the first time after winter in the next few days, probably within the next week or two. The weather's sort of been a bit up and down, warm one minute and cold the next, but they haven't been watered, and I don't know why they've rotted, but they are very rot prone anyway, and I know that a lot of people have a problem with this. The good news is they can be saved, and that's because they produce a lot of these little offsets here. And looking close up, when I got my little magnifying loupe out, I can see that this looks like a healthy shoot there, and there's some green healthy ones here, and it's literally a case of taking the plant out the pot and pulling off the healthy segments and then letting them dry for a day or two and then potting them up and treating as cuttings. So this plant will be saved. It's just such a shame because it's a lovely growing clump, and the same with this one as well. As you can see there, that looks pretty healthy, so I'll be able to save it. Plus I have got other cuttings that are doing well of this particular Mammillaria Copper King anyway. This one again is another little elongata that's doing okay. But I often get people say to me that they have this particular Mammillaria elongata rotting all the time on them. So I know it's very common, and hopefully, should this happen to your Mammillaria elongatas in the future, you'll know how to save it if you act quick enough. So I'm going to take these two upstairs into my grow room and then do a bit of an emergency saving on them and show you how I do it. Now, here are the some of the Copper King cuttings that I took from my other Copper King before when it rotted, and as you can see there, they've rooted really well. I've given them a tiny bit of water a couple of weeks ago and they fattened up, so that's good. They're okay. So I've had these here in the grow room, so I'm going to have to do another emergency cut on these as well. And it, as I say, it seems to be very common with this Mammillaria elongata. Have no idea why. People often say, why is mine rotted? I don't know. It's one of them plants that is particularly rot prone. So what you need to do here, I'll see what I can save of this one. Get this one out first. And you can usually tell if a cactus has gone to the cactus dogs when you tap it and it has that hollow sound. You can see these are completely gone. Yep, gone. In fact, all of this plant has gone. Yep, look at that, guys. So no good. Now it looks like the only thing, there's maybe this one, if there's any life in that one. Let's see. As I say, I do have the other cuttings on the other one, Copper King, so it's not the end of the world. I want to just sort of cut at the base and see how it is. And no, that's rotten. And I'm just going to show you. I know the whole plant is rotten. Yep, gone. Nope, that's also rotting. There is a bit I can save on here. So, nope. I don't even know whether it's worth saving, to be honest. No. There's a tiny bit, but it's not... no. So this one is not savable, guys. But sadly, if I'd have spotted it early enough, I could have saved it. I think that's just not going to be enough. There's a bit of green in there. There's not enough energy in there. By the time that's dried up, before I pot it, it's just going to dry up completely. So I've lost that plant. But as I say, I do have these other cuttings that are doing okay. It may be one of these plants going to have to keep propagating to keep it going. And it's the only Mammillaria that I struggle with. All my others seem to do really well. And this is the lovely golden one. It's a great root system on that. And this one looks like there's a lot more healthy green on this. So, first of all, you need to pull it apart. See what this is, what's happening with this one. This one, as you can see, rotten. So rather than just try and cut it back, this is, if I was to just cut the dead ones on and put it back, this rot is going to keep spreading. I'm just going to go and clean with some rubbing alcohol these pruning shears, because when you're making a cut within a cut with others, you don't want to spread any rot infection onto the others when you're cleaning healthy, when you're pruning healthy cuttings off. It's really important you sterilise the scissors or the pruning shears in between cuttings. There we go, I've cleaned that with the rubbing alcohol onto some tissue here. And as I say, good to keep cleaning. So I'm going to just take off the healthy ones and repropagate. Such a shame, because it's lovely when it's grown in a cluster like this. But you want to get close to the base here. And just snip. There you go. Healthy cutting there. So that's going to put to the side. And if you've cut a healthy cutting, you don't have to keep cleaning in between. It's only if you cut one and it's rotting and then you go to cut a clean cutting. You don't want to spread any infection. That's another clean one as well. I'll just take these because they're all gone. Yep. See, I can just tell by this hollowness this is gone. Looks like there's another one I can save maybe here and there. Looks pretty much okay. Look at that. So what I'm going to do here to get closer to the base. You want to make sure you get close to the base as possible. That's just come away anyway. That one, that's come away itself. That looks pretty much okay. Yep, no rotting on that. The pups, sometimes these little segments will come off on their own without having to cut. That's come away and that's clean. So it's such a shame here. Let's see what can come away here. Sometimes you can gently pull them. Yep, look at that whole plant. So that one is savable. That one as well. There's all dried up. Gone. So it's good just to pull the whole plant apart, to be honest, rather than... No. Golly. As I say, I haven't watered it. Kept this dry over the winter, but look, it's completely gone. So no point in keeping that. But I've got some of the segments. That's completely gone at the base. I've cut them cuttings. Nope, that's gone. That's all dried up. That's dried up. So out of that lovely whole cluster, I've literally hardly got any left. But I've managed to save these here. So push that aside. So this one, I'm just going to cut a little bit there. That's it. And then this, got a bit of the old bit on it there, so to make sure that I cut into clean tissue. And I want to make sure, rub it again, that is clean and there's nothing that can, there you go. You want to make sure that it's fresh and green there. And then what I'm going to be doing now is, now that's actually got a little tiny bit of a root on it. That's a segment that just came off. That will be fine. I'm just going to set these aside and I'm going to cut this one just to make sure there's nothing on that one either. Yeah, that's fine. Now what I like to do with the cuttings as well, I like to use either a bit of sulphur powder or a bit of cinnamon, pure cinnamon powder, and I like to just dab the cut ends in here. And this I find just helps to prevent any chance of fungus infecting the cut before it's had chance to callus over properly. And also cinnamon powder apparently acts as a little bit of a rooting hormone as well. I don't know how true that is. I use it more just to prevent any chance of fungus and things like that. Just a slight dab on there. So I'm going to let these sit then for a few days before potting them up. So I hope you found that useful, guys, should this happen to your Mammillaria elongata. And if you had one of these and it's rotted on you, do let me know in the comments below. If you haven't done already, then don't forget to subscribe and do click the notification bell. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon, and check out my website for regular blogs on there and lots of care tips on how to grow many different types of cacti and succulents. desertplantsofAvalon.com. I want to wish you all a fantastic cactus powered day.